Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the Homes on Wheels Alliance Saturday virtual connection class. My name is Robert Wright. I'm the caravans coordinator for our Homes on Wheels Alliance, and we have an excellent presentation for you today. Our class structure is very simple. We have a presentation of about 30 minutes, followed by 30 minutes of questions and answers. So get your questions ready for our presenter when we turn on the chat at 25 minutes after the hour. The video presentation will end at 10 o'clock or 1 hour, and we will do 15 minutes of questions and answers and talking with our presenter in the chat feature alone. Today, we have an excellent presentation, like I said, on staying fit, which is a very important topic. And Minivan Lee is our presenter today. She is a full-time nomad, traveling in her minivan for the past 4 years. So she's got plenty of experience doing this. She has 4 grown children, and she has a Bachelor's of Arts in Behavioral Science from the University of Arizona. She also has a YouTube channel that she's had up for about 1 year called Minivan Lee, so you can find that out on YouTube, and I encourage you to go watch those. She does excellent presentations. And she also has a podcast, so that you can find that on any podcast forum, I don't know how that works, called This Nomad Life, so that's excellent. She credits exercise and staying in shape with her high energy and success. So please, everyone, welcome Minivan Lee.
Hey, hi. I'm so glad you're here. And it's Saturday morning. I'm Minivan Lee, and I'm a nomad, and I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a licensed physical therapist or physical trainer, so anything that I do talk about, use at your own discretion, and you know your own body. So we're not going to go into too many details on actual exercises, but we'll be talking about benefits and different types of exercises, things like that. But yeah, just use your own discretion with that. And then remember that exercise should never be painful while performing it. So yeah. So hey, it's Saturday morning, and remember those cartoons? I'm rocking my Pebbles Flintstone look this morning, yes, which I do rock quite often, and for Saturday morning. And I just want to mention, this has been discussed many times. Remember Scooby-Doo? I mean, what was up with Scooby-Doo? Were they the one of the first modern nomads? Because, you know, they were in that van. All of them were in that van. So we were discussing, do they live in that van? Did they? And I was wondering, do they use the bucket system? Those are questions that I ponder in my mind. That's what I'm about. So we'll get started with the exercising. So now that you've already thought about Scooby-Doo, you'll be singing the song probably. Travelers and nomads, they live in these tiny homes. And we all have these limited spaces. So especially when we're out boondocking, we do need to find some unique ways to exercise and get our physical training. I spend a lot of time in the city. I do. Probably half of my nomadic life is in a city, whether it's Tucson or Reno, or I go back east to Cincinnati. So I do a lot of my exercising in parks. I used to use Planet Fitness, but, you know, with the way things are now, I don't want to exercise with a mask on. It doesn't work for me. So I solely get my exercise outside. If I'm in the city, I go to parks and I exercise. But when I'm out boondocking, I have to find non-traditional ways of getting exercise. So let's talk about benefits of exercising. There are so many benefits. First is the prevention of injury. Our muscles protect our bones. They protect our ligaments, our blood vessels, our veins, our tendons, things like that. Without the muscles, we're just going to break our bones really easy. We're going to cause a lot of injury. That's why really elderly people, if they do fall and they haven't been keeping up with their exercising, they'll break a bone, and then it's kind of downhill from that. But we do need to build up our muscle mass, especially after middle age. They say that, I just looked this up, and the new statistics that I found are every year after middle age, we lose about 3% of our muscle mass if we're not doing proper exercising and nutrition. That's a lot, and that's pretty serious. So we do have to worry about that. Exercise also increases our circulation. Our circulatory system works better. Mental wellness. When I walk, when all of us walk, we're using right brain, left brain, right brain, left brain, and we're balancing everything out. And I do remember, I know I talk about TV here, but I do remember some of us might be old enough to remember My Three Sons. Now you can sing that song. Steve Douglas, if you remember, and I do remember this, whenever he had a problem and he had to solve something, he would go for a walk. And we all know the benefits of walking. Actually, it's been rated one of the best exercises there is. So we do need to walk, and it's for our mental well-being as well as our circulation. Now, another one is it improves our attractive appearance. Not that that's the most important thing, but it does. I mean, it's a huge benefit that when we exercise, we're going to look better, and it's going to help us to feel better. You know, we want to look fabulous, you know, come on. Exercise increases our confidence, and that goes with looking good, feeling better, and it can increase our lifespan and our quality of life. I've heard a lot of people say in my life, and we talk about, oh, our eating, our nutrition, and exercise, and I've had people say, and they do, they say, I'm going to die anyways. I want to do what I want to do. Well, reality is, and I was in the medical field for a while, is sometimes when disease hits, you linger and you're miserable for years. So you want to keep up. I'm not going to talk about nutrition, but it is kind of important. But you do want to keep up with your exercising. So those are just some of the benefits of exercising. As nomads, we love our lifestyle. I do. I love being a nomad. And if you see my YouTube channel, you see, yeah, I love it. So let's reap all the benefits of nature and feeling our best when we're out there. And another thing too, is if we're in a small space, we're going to need to get out of it, especially in a minivan or an SUV, oh my gosh, or a Prius. We need to get outside. We can't just sit in here. Now, if you're in a class A, B, or C, you might be able to stand up and you can kind of hang out more. But in my minivan, I do have to get out. And why not get out and not just sit in my chair, but actually get exercise? If I don't go for long walks during the day, I mean, I don't feel really good. If you don't get out and walk, you're at least going to get out and walk to the campfire at night. And guess what? If you're out boondocking, there's rocks out there. You don't want to twist your foot. You can be taken totally out of the game. So you do want to walk. You do want to keep everything stretched up and ready to go. I love to walk on my daily walks. And I try to get at least, I don't know, I try to get 10K steps a day, but that doesn't always happen lately with doing videos and things like that. But I do get at least 5K. And every once in a while, I'm walking on not even rocks, but I'm walking on some stones. And every once in a while, my foot will twist just on a regular stone. So I'm stretched out and I don't hurt my ankle. But if you're not stretched out, you could, pull a tendon, or you could, really hurt your ankle, and it could really put you out of the game for a while. So I want to talk about the different types of exercise and what's important. And first, because I mentioned stretching, let's talk stretching. if you're new to the stretching game, you need to go easy. You really do. But you need to keep going with it. I'm not going to show you the stretching right now, and I don't have a PowerPoint. I don't have any photos to put up for you. But you can imagine you're going to be stretching side to side. You want to touch your toes. You want to stretch your calves, things like that. You want to stretch your lower back. And so I suggest right now, since I don't have a PowerPoint for you, maybe go online, go on YouTube, and just type in good beginner stretching exercises. But you need to go easy with them. Never go to the point where you're going to feel pain. That is not good. Never while you're exercising feel pain. You might feel a little sore maybe after. But I will mention about stretching. It goes very quickly. After the first or second or third day, you're going to go, wow, I can like get down further. I can touch my toes. And so I just want to remind you to keep going because it does go pretty quickly. And after a few days, you're going to see how much easier it is. You're going to see your progress. The second one would be weights. You want to get the muscles going. You want to do some weight bearing. And we'll talk about that in a second. Aerobics, you want to get some aerobics in during the day. It doesn't have to be serious. You just want to get your heart pumping a little bit. That'd be walking briskly or hiking. I mean, let's face it, some of you in this out there that are listening to me right now, you already know this. You probably go, I hike every day. Well, good for you, So this is only just a reminder. And even I don't hike. I don't do major hiking, but I do like walking, whether it's briskly or just slowly. And I'm going to add another category in, and that's balance. We have got to get our balance. As we get more mature, we need to have balance. And we don't want to be tipping and falling over. We don't want to hurt our bones. We don't want to smack our knees. And I mean, I have good balance, but I've tripped and fallen. I actually kind of recently I did. And it was shocking. It was like, wow, how easy it is just to trip and fall on a rock or something like that. So I'm going to talk about different ways to get your balance. Shoes. I want to do a reminder on shoes, everybody. Those shoes, and I wish I had them right here to show you. They look like hiking shoes, but they're kind of open. I don't even know what the name of them are, but they look like really good hiking shoes. But you know what? They're real smooth on the bottom. And that's where I slipped. If I'm going to go walking now, I'm either got my tennis shoes on or my hiking shoes because they have good tread on them. And so I'm going to liken the tread to like your tires. You want your tires of your vehicle to have good tread. If you're going to be out walking, and that's even at the parks or whatever, you want to have good tread if you're going to be doing some brisk walking. So yeah, your shoes are very important. So look at them and take the time to put on good shoes. So stretching. Okay, let's start with stretching. I'm in the city probably half of my nomadic life. And what I do is if I'm in the city, there's usually grass at the parks. So I can take a blanket and I can go out and I do my stretching out there. And then I go into other areas of exercise. Now, I do it right in front of everybody. I don't care because I've learned that I had to. I could stretch inside of my van here because I'm sitting in my van. This is my minivan here. I'm sitting in here and I could, but I don't know. It's a little cramped. I'm only 5'3", so I can stretch out, but I do have to kind of do it catty corner and oy vey. I like to go out in the grass and stretch. And I got over the shyness and I want you to also just go do it. People are probably going to walk past you and go, that's cool. That's cool. They're probably worried more. I always feel that people are more worried about themselves than they are about other people. They're thinking, oh, do I look okay? Am I wearing the right thing? And they got their little self-talk going. And they're looking at you going, gee, I wish I had the guts to do that. So just go out and stretch. Now, boondocking was another kind of a dilemma. I thought, oh man, there's rocks out there. there's stones out there. How am I going to do it? Well, I found my solution. I have a self-inflating sleeping pad. It's a nice one. It's a long one too. It's an REI. And I don't use it for my sleeping. I have my sleeping bag right here, and it's fine for me. But I didn't want to get rid of it. I mean, it was like $100 thing. You know, I wasn't going to give it away. So I had it rolled up, and it's in the back where I keep back things back there. And it was like, duh, get that thing out and get that going and inflate it. When I walk out, when I'm boondocking, I have a tarp that I put out of my sliding door. So I step onto a tarp. And you know, I got that thing pumped up, and it is wonderful. I'm getting all my stretching, all my floor exercises done on my self-inflating pad. And I kind of blow into it just a little bit to kind of really get it pumped up so I don't feel any of those stones or rocks under me. And it's been working great. So that's just another solution. You can, if you really are determined, you can find solutions to things. And so, yeah, I'm getting my stretching that way. Another benefit too is as I'm laying up there and I'm looking up at the sky, it's like, oh my gosh, had I not been doing that, I wouldn't have seen that plane going over, that bird going over. So, or sometimes I can just lay there. If it's cloudy, I can look at the clouds. So it's pretty cool. Okay, next category, aerobics, walking briskly. You know, another thing too is what I do, and I do this in the parks too. So how about some dance moves? You know, we were young, we were dancing. A lot of you probably already do still, but we know some dance moves, and we can put on some music and dance. Yeah, why not? We can dance. We can do some floor exercises. Another thing too that I do is way back, I've had some ballet, and a lot of you have had it. How about some leg lifts and leg exercises? Get your legs toned up really well. So yeah, you can put on some music, put on your Bluetooth speaker and put on some music. And whether you're boondocking or out in a park, get your exercise. And people are going to walk by and they're going to smile at you. They're going to go, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't care who sees me anymore. I have to do what I have to do these days, you know. Now, balance. I don't know if any of you, some of you have seen my videos, but I got into slacklining. You'll have to look it up because I've got some of myself doing slacklining. It's sort of like tightrope walking, but it's not. And I have an upper training line that I can hang on to, but creates excellent balance. You know, there's an option too. And on my videos, I do have a link for a slacklining system. But you know what you can do is you can just stand there for as long as you can on one foot. I mean, why not? Just lift one foot and start training your balance that way. I had a friend who went to these classes for balance. It was for more mature people. And so I said, well, what'd they do? And, you know, because I have good balance. She goes, oh, they taught us to just stand on one foot. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that seems simple. So another thing too is if you're at a park in the city, check out the children's play equipment. I mean, there's some cool stuff in there. I have while I was there, and some of them actually have those balance beams that they want kids to walk on. You know, as long as you're not taking it from the kids, you know, try out some of the equipment. We can use it too, you know. Okay, so let's do just a summary on exercising. Let's see what time we got here. Very important, everybody, drink lots of water. Not this, drink lots of water, drink water. We need, especially with summer coming on, oh my gosh, we need water. Here's what I do. And I do recommend it on my videos to, in the morning, before I drink coffee, actually after I get dressed, roll up my bed, I drink, this is 32 ounces. I drink this water. I might forget during the day, which I hate to do, especially with summer coming on, but this is going to kickstart everything. And it's going to hydrate you, and it's going to kickstart your intestines and your bladder. So water is very important. And I've been reminding all of my friends, drink water first thing in the morning. That's what the experts say to do. Tip number 2 is go slow. Just go slow. Go slow in what you're doing. I mean, you don't need to go fast on things anymore. I think one of the reasons that the more mature people do go slow, we go slower on things, don't we? I think we do. I do. I take my time more. And I don't think it's because I don't have energy, obviously, but I think it's because we're mature enough to know that if we go fast, an accident can happen. And we don't want that. It can take us out of the game. Or we can lose something. If you go so fast, you're going to lose something. You're going to forget, where's my keys? It isn't really a senior moment. It's more like you might have been going too fast. And a lot of young people go too fast. And they talk too fast too, if you ever notice that. They talk fast. But just go slower, and go slow on everything, but especially go slow with your exercising and work up to it. Don't exercise on a full stomach, duh. And get good rest every night. Get good rest. Don't eat before your bedtime. Your body needs to rest, not digest. And just remember that. I have heard another report that said if you eat protein later at night, that it won't bother you as much or keep you awake. But I try to cut off my eating at a certain point and don't eat at night so that my body can be restful. And then I mentioned also that walking is considered really the best exercise. You don't have to do speed walking either. You just stroll. I mean, find somebody to walk with if you're caravanning with somebody, or I mean, a lot of you watching this you're probably future nomads. You're still in your bricks and sticks. So get out and walk, get out of your house and start walking. And it's really great because spring is coming, Another tip is be positive about yourself. Be aware of what your self-talk is. And we all talk to ourselves. I know I'm not the only one. Seriously. We have that self-talk. We all know that. And be aware of what you say to yourself. So that's a tip. And I'm going to go into that just a little bit more here. Because positive thinking is really what I'm all about. I'm all about the nomad life. But I'm also about the positive thinking. I love this life and I want to live it to the fullest. And I want to be out here for a really long time. So I want to keep myself healthy and I want to keep myself, stretched out and ready to go. So, but with that comes positive thinking. You want to be positive about yourself. One tip is, there's a semi out there. Sorry about that. It's like, there's a big cloud of dust out there. Never, ever, ever, ever put yourself down. Especially out speaking. I hear people do that a lot. They'll say, I'm so forgetful. Never say that. No, never say that. And what I'm going to ask you to do also, even in your self-talk, I want you to switch it out. I know it sounds silly, but I want you to switch it. If you heard yourself say that, say, no, I remember everything. I've heard people say, I'm really bad at names. I can't remember names. Well, that's probably why you're bad at names, because you said it. That's what your mind's responding to your words. Say, no, I always remember names. I always say that. I'm good at names. And you know what? I am good at remembering people's names. So you want to switch it out. Let's say you say, I'm really tired today. Switch it. Say, I have so much energy today. I don't know what to do with it all. I am energetic today. So, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. As always, it is 25 minutes after the hour, so that's your 5-minute warning.
Okay.
And we will be opening up the chat for questions at this time. So
All
get your
right.
questions ready, everyone. So appreciate it.
Okay, get some questions for me. I'll answer them.
On.
Okay. I want you to say out loud and write down what you want out of life. Do it. Put it out there into the universe, what you want. If you want to be 100% healthy, then say it. Because, and maybe I'll do another video for HOWA and we'll talk more about this. But what you hold in your head you hold in your hand. That goes for negative and positive. If you're holding negative thoughts, a lot of them in your head, you're going to hold them in your hand. What you hold here, this is a captain, this is the soldier. Tell the soldier what to do. Don't let the soldier tell the brain what to do. You tell your body what you want it to do. And if you want it to be healthy, let your body start responding to it. And I won't go into it now. There's a lot of studies. It's textbook now that this can happen. We tell our body how to respond. If we can make ourselves ill with stress and worry, then we can also make ourselves heal with a good mindset. And let's visualize what you want to do and what you desire, and just watch it start coming to you. The mind is so powerful. If they can do drug tests and just give you placebos, and the placebo, which isn't a drug at all, and you get better. I mean, come on, it's up here. So focus on your future, create your future, and get your long-term goals set. And that just goes for little things too. Like I'm going to drink water every day. I'm going to drink enough water. I'm going to eat more healthy. I'm going to get out and walk every day. That your body will start responding and you'll start craving to do that. And don't wait for it to feel right. Sometimes when we switch things up, it feels so wrong. It just feels like, ooh, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. Just get used to it. It's just that it's foreign to you right now, and it'll become more familiar to you. So it just hasn't become a habit yet. So I guess in closing, I'm going to say boldly that I want you to have the audacity to be you no matter what, and what other people's opinions are. Be you. There's only one of you, and you owe it to the world to be you. Show the world you, because there's nobody else like you. You're unique. You have different ideas. You have different needs and wants, and yeah, nobody looks like you. So have the audacity to be you, and have the audacity to do what you want to do. I mean, as long as you're not hurting somebody, just do it. Don't care what people think. I got rid of that. After I became a nomad, I got rid of that because I'm having so much fun out here. And I need to be out there doing it because I'm in a tiny house. So just to end it, yesterday or on Wednesday, I got a comment, some snippy, snarky little comment that said, you're nothing more than 100-year-old lady nomad who, yeah. So I thought, well, okay, that kind of stung. Seems a little ageist and sexist to me. But, I turned it around and I said, that's a challenge. Wouldn't that be a fearsome thing to behold? 100-year-old lady out here exercising, a YouTuber? And that would be something to behold. And so that's my challenge now. I'm going to be out here when I'm 100 years old. I'll show him. Yeah. So I just view, if somebody wants to put me down or somebody wants to put you down, just view it as a challenge. And if somebody wants to say, well, you can't do this, you can't be a nomad, you can't be out there, I said, you're just going to, no, say, it's a challenge. Look at it as a challenge. And male, female, let's be a fearsome thing to behold to the whole world. We're out here and we're healthy and we're clean and we're stylish and we're rocking it. We're just rocking it. So that's all I got to say. Be you and look good. So that's it.
Excellent. Very good, Lee. Thank
Hi,
you so
Rob.
much.
Hi, everybody. Yeah.
That's an excellent presentation. For those of you on the Zoom, if you're not sure, just populate the chat. If you just hit your screen, it should give you some prompts at the bottom, and you'll see the chat portion down there. So you can click the chat, and it'll pull the chat up so you can ask your questions. So very good. I enjoyed that presentation. I know I'm notoriously was a very lazy person when I started life. And, it was important. I spent 2 months just kind of sitting around when I first started. And it was important for me to start this exercise program. So I do my stretching 3 times a week and try to hike 3 times a week. And
yeah.
something to get myself back into shape. So,
Well, I was just asked, do I wear special clothes? Well, I guess not. You know what? Not really, because um, I wear all my clothes are exercise clothes. I'm a comfort girl. Oh my gosh. If you've seen my videos, I wear black in the winter. They're always yoga pants. And then I wear shorts. I wear comfortable shorts. So I don't really, I'm not much. If I was a jeans type person, I would, yeah, I would be putting on my yoga pants or my shorts, but I don't wear jeans and things like that. Everything that I wear is comfort. I'm just one of those people. If it's not soft and it's not comfortable, it's out the door. I don't pick clothes like that anymore. So as far as, well, the special thing that I do wear are the shoes. That's the one special thing. And of course, I wouldn't want to go with short shorts if I'm going to be out in the park stretching, things like that. I want to make sure that they're appropriate shorts. Yeah, because, I'm going to be stretching out. So, yeah.
yep, I think my whole entire wardrobe now consists of sweatpants.
I know. Well, I don't have room for jeans. I do have one pair of jeans, and they might actually get thrown out because I basically haven't worn them in like a year. So, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a question here from Phyllis, and she just wants to know, have you always exercised your entire life? Was there a time when you made the decision to start a healthy lifestyle?
That's a great question, because I didn't even touch on that, because I didn't want to just talk about me, but I guess now you're asking about me. I wanted this more to be, this participation to be about you and reminding you. Yes. When I turned 18, I was out of school, I picked up a yoga book. It was a little paperback, and it was by Richard Hittleman. If you do yoga, and I thought, oh, wow. And I started doing that. Well, I have been stretching all my life. And but you know what? I've tweaked it now, because some of those stretching they have, you pull your arms back and stuff. There's a lot of physical trainers now are also physical therapists. They've kind of merged those in, and they're saying pulling your shoulders back. I mean, you can really hurt a tendon back here, and you don't want to have a painful shoulder. And I've talked to a lot of more mature people, and I asked them, I said, do you have any certain pain in your body that you have to deal with? And like 8 out of 10 times they say, oh, I got a bad shoulder. So we've been tweaking our shoulders probably all of our lives. So I've really tweaked my stretching. I have had ballet way back. I used to ride my bike everywhere. When I lived in Tucson, they've got good bike paths. So I have exercised. Yeah, I have. That's why I also tell you, if you haven't, to go slow and take your time.
Right. Do you have a minimum schedule? Do you schedule your exercise?
Yeah, I used to, but if I'm in the city, to tell you the truth, for some reason you'd think it would be the opposite. When I'm in the city, I can actually schedule my time better. I don't know why. I'm out boondocking, and I get out there, and then you've got your caravan, and you go over and talk to them. And then I have to remember to get it in. I do like to I have found that if I don't get my things done in the morning, sometimes they don't get done. What I usually do is I get my walking done first, or at least get started with my steps. And then I like to stretch, and then maybe do some, leg lifts, or, some weights, things like that. Oh, you know what I didn't mention? Can I mention it here? And I don't know how I missed this. I'm all about rocks, out boondocking. You can pick up rocks, move rocks, pick them up and move them, make a new pit, make a new fire pit. And when you're walking, pump them. So I don't know why I didn't mention that, but yeah, move rocks if for non-traditional exercising. Yeah. So.
Yep, I agree with that. I'm a notorious, when I go hiking, I pick up 2 rocks and I do all my things while I'm walking. And then when I'm done, I just toss them back
Yeah.
down on the ground.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, don't have
So
to, don't have to carry them with you. They don't take up any room in the van.
that's right. And people want to laugh. They say, what is she doing? I'm building a new fire pit, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Getting
very
a better
good.
fire pit.
We have a question from Jeff. He says, do you follow certain exercise programs or do you just make up your own?
Well, I've done a few. Like I said, I used to belong to Planet Fitness, and but most of my life I have not joined a gym. I just do what I do. I've had the yoga background, I've had the dance background, and I do also do push-ups, and I do sit-ups, but I have my own special way of doing sit-ups. I'm working on an exercise book right now with pictures, and it can be either be um, hardcover, paperback, or it could be an ebook, and where it shows each a different step. Because I've got a really good stomach exercise that I do. It gets lower and upper at the same time. So I think it's just my background. I just kind of put it together. The things that I like to do, the things that work for my body. And you know, there are going to be things that work for your body that you might say, hey, I like this or I like that, you know. You and another thing too, I didn't mention also are the bands. You know, you can get the bands and you can go on YouTube. Oh, oy vey, look on YouTube and type in what you want. Yeah. And they'll
Yeah,
let you know.
yeah, those large elastic resistance bands,
I
correct?
know, I know.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
work real good, and there's numerous places to tie them onto the van and start doing your
yeah,
workout.
yeah, yes. Yeah.
So I remember when we were doing our practice session, you talked about how you do your squats by using the grill on the front of
Yeah,
your.
I do. And I hold it and I'm down there squatting and I'm holding it. And I kind of let go of the grill and hold it and then I let go again because um another that I is on my minivan. I slide and then the door is open when I'm out there exercising, boondocking or in the city, it doesn't matter. And I put my arms down on the thing and put my legs out and I can get my triceps that way. You know, we all, guys and gals, we all got this going on, you know. I got to work on mine too, you know, every day.
Yeah, it's
I know.
always it's an extra challenge.
It is back here. It's a challenge. So, yeah, but that is a really good way to do it. And you don't have to do a lot if you do a few every day, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think very important is just go at your own pace and just do a little bit at a time and work your way into it.
I
Susan,
know.
she has weights, but she's nervous to start, and she says, "What's a good weight to start with?"
Five.
5 pounds?
I have two 5-pound pink weights. And I mean, I'm sure you could go 2 pounds, but wow. Um, just do the curls. Just get started with the curls. You can do a 5 pound, or just pick a smaller rock and just do that to work up to 5 pounds. But I wasn't going to because I don't like extra weight. But then I thought, just get the pink ones at Walmart. They were $6 a piece. And I carry them, especially if I'm in the city, because I'm not going to go around finding rocks at a park, you know. Um, but yeah, I try to do those. And when I'm out boondocking, they're out. I keep them out on my tarp so that I can always look at them and I can always see them. They're right there. And actually, they help hold down my tarp, you know. So
Yeah, very good.
I know.
Everything has a double purpose in his life,
Right
doesn't
on,
it?
right on. Yeah, yeah.
Very good.
So
Here's a question from Josie. She says, do you track your progress in writing? Do you keep a track of anything in writing or?
no, I don't. I mean, you could, you know, suppose I could measure my thighs. How big are my thighs today? You know, or how big are my arms? And I don't have a scale. In fact, I don't even have a full length mirror. I mean, we nomads, unless you're in a class A or something, we don't even have full length mirrors. I have to go across when I'm in town. I have to look in the windows, you know, like, oh, how am I looking here? Because I don't know. I really don't know, you know, how I'm looking. I go by how my clothes feel. And that's about the best I can do in my minivan life, so.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
I only use the side mirrors. That's the only time I ever see myself.
And they're only up here, I have to look down, how's it look back there,
Yep,
Yeah.
I still find it a challenge to shave with those because it keeps saying objects appear larger. So
I do my hair out there, try to do yeah. So, yeah.
yep. This question from Clayton, but he obviously, you just answered it, I think, was do you travel with a scale, which you don't?
Uh-uh.
And he just asks, how much do you actually watch your weight?
Oh, I probably this winter, and I don't know why. You think I'm boondocking. I actually get better exercise, and maybe it was the summer in the city. I spend most of my summer in the city. Hot time summer in the city. Back of my neck and during gritty. Yeah. I probably put on a couple pounds, but I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Summer's coming. I'm going to probably sweat it out, but I do. Yeah, I do. I keep track. I can tell how my clothes fit, kind of do the pinch test. Yeah, I try to keep track. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It is tough. I don't carry a scale around in my bag.
I know. Yeah.
Um,
I hate scales.
Yeah, there's a question from Jean. She says she has a dog and it's a big help just to get out and take the dog for a walk. Do you agree with that? And do you have a dog?
No, I don't. I've thought about it, but I'm in this minivan and it probably wouldn't be fair, because I'd be like, "Ooh, you got your hair all over it," It's like, oh yes, oh my gosh, yes. I mean, you are so lucky to have a dog. I kind of wish I did. You're very lucky to have a dog. Good for you. Oh yeah, walk the dog. But you might. I don't know what kind of a dog it is. You might want more exercise I don't know, maybe your dog needs that much exercise too. I'm not a huge expert on dogs. You might have to maybe carry water with you if you were going 5K steps. I don't know, but good
Yeah.
for you that you have a dog. I wish I did.
Yeah, my friend has a dog and she walks in the morning and in the evening for about 40 minutes each time. And the dog
Isn't that
loves it. The
perfect?
dog loves to walk. So it's a good
No, if
question.
you did have a dog, you probably would get enough because you could walk it in the morning. And then with summer coming on, you probably don't want to do it in the heat of the day. But then when the sun starts going down, walk it again. And then in between, you could get maybe some weights done, maybe some stretching, yeah.
All
Sounds
right.
fun.
So here's a follow-up question from Josie. She wanted to know, do you actually track the number of repetitions or not repetitions,
Yeah.
repetitions
It's called,
and the amount of weight? And do you have a program for that or an app that you use?
the only app I use is it's called Pedometer. It's got a picture of a person walking, it's got like a figure. And I do tend to track that. Although if you have your phone with you all the time, like maybe I have a little pouch that I sometimes put it in, but I don't always have it there. You'll be surprised if you're boondocking and you're walking around, you're getting steps. So, but if you have it on, if you want to get started to see how many steps that you actually get during the day, even if you're not going for a traditional walk, you'd be surprised how many steps you get just walking around your van and picking things up, things like that. So that's the only app I use. I don't really, I've been exercising a while, but there are apps out there. Check them. Isn't there Fitbit and there's all kinds of things.
Oh yeah, there's tons of things.
Right. So look at what would work for you because we all have different things that motivate us. And until you become self-motivated, which I think I'm at a point where I'm just self-motivated, use them. Use whatever you can. I mean, this is our life. And there's so many things out there. And there's so much technology that use what we can. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Brenda asks, do you listen to music when you exercise?
Oh yeah. I got my playlist. Yeah. And I kind of if you're boondocking close to me, you're going to hear it. Yeah, I do. And my preference in music is usually upbeat, because I do like to dance. So, yeah, I do like music. Sometimes I also like electronic music that has no words to it. It's just kind of like upbeat. And sometimes I put that on and just, yeah, for stretching. And yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, I like my music. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I always agree that music is a great way to get you in
Oh,
a good
yeah.
mood and pump you up a little bit and
Yeah.
get you charged up and get
Yeah.
into your exercise routine.
Yeah.
Very good. Julie asks, let's see, whoops, I'm sorry, I skipped one. Gary asks, can you talk more about how exercising actually improves your mood?
Well, it actually, I believe, well, it's not just me, it's science too. It's sort of a textbook. When you're walking and you're moving around and you're moving your body, you're using right brain, well, no, right brain, left brain, right brain, left brain, and you're using that. So you're balancing your brain out. You use too much of one, too much other. When I think instinctively what we do is if we have something that we need to work out, I think instinctively we just kind of start getting busy. Um, how many times in a house have we, and guys and girls, um, we start cleaning, we start moving our body, and when we need to move things, um, we're going to kind of balance out our brains, and it'll help get everything moving. But of course, it's going to increase your circulation. So you're getting blood to your head, you're getting blood to your heart. Yeah. And oh, also another thing too that I'll mention that I do know, because like I'm not a physical therapist or a fitness trainer, but I do know that when we stretch, we're releasing energy by opening up some of these channels of energy that's in our body. And so the more energy we feel, we're gonna, change our mood too. So yeah, it's very important to exercise and get going. And
Yeah,
I think maybe that's why I like to do it in the morning. I like to get going. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I've adapted to my morning routine is I do my meditations in the morning and then I go outside and stretch for 15 minutes and my whole day just improves. It's,
Oh yeah.
it's amazing how much better I feel when I do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all tied together, isn't it? It just really is. And I believe that nomads, we really have the upper hand on this because we're outside. And if you're in a small, well, even if you're in a converted van, a build out van, it's still pretty small. You need to get out. And so nomads, we spend a lot of our time outside. We're out in the nature. And, I mean, our old friend Bob Wells, he always talked about that. We're out in nature and we're getting the benefits of that. We're seeing the clouds and nature, animals, birds, sunsets. And yeah, it just, it all, I think, is intertwined with, yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
yeah.
Julie says, have you run across other YouTube channels that talk about exercising and motivation? Do you have a favorite YouTube channel maybe that you?
I don't, I'm going to be honest. I'm a YouTuber now, and it takes up a lot of my time. And I've also talked to other nomads, and other nomads don't always watch a nomad channels because we're out here living it. We're as Pee Wee said in the big, I don't have to see the movie. I lived it. I mean, we're out here living it. And now that I'm a YouTuber, I don't always have time to do it, and I don't like to compare myself or copy anybody. So I kind of, I'll admit it, I kind of stopped a little bit. And and the time wise, yeah, but I don't, I really don't know. I'm
Huh.
sure some of them are.
Yeah,
I would
I'm
hope
sure.
so.
I would
Yeah.
imagine there's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Dan asks, tell us more about the parts of your rig that you use to do your exercises.
Oh, good one. Okay. See this area right here? Well, go to the other side. If you had both of those windows down, you could wrap that, oh, I thought, what's the word?
Elastic band?
There you go, the bands. Wrap it around there, be on the outside. Now you can hold it like this and pull it. I've seen this. A good fitness trainer online, he said, this is, if there's nothing else, do this one, because it builds up your lower back, which is going to help your core, help your shoulders and your core. So hold it like this. You got it in your hand, and that's a good place. This only use the other side, because this is only a pop-out window, and go like this and be outside. Like I said, I use the grill, or I don't pull it too hard. If you're really heavy, you don't want to pull on your grill too hard, your engine grill, but I'm probably about 135 pounds, and I can hold on to, I do squats and I kind of just hang on to it and then let go and hang on. And it really gets these quads here. Sometimes I'm outside and I use the ledge of the sliding door, the inside, and I will lean over on it and do leg lifts backwards, for my, the gluteus, and I'll do that. And of course, with my triceps, oh yeah. Just walk around and look at it. It's like, what can I use on this? There's got to be some things you can use, and I've only got one type of rig. Gosh,
Yeah.
some of you have other types you could use. Some of you, if you had a Class A, dude, you could take one of those rooms and make an exercise unit. I've seen the room that's in those. So yeah.
Yeah, because I was in the military, we just went out into the parking lot and started doing exercises. So
yeah.
Gymnasiums, I'm like, why do you need a gym? You don't need a gym.
Well, I think this COVID thing, and then when they closed all the gyms, I think we all pretty much got things figured out. It didn't take us long,
Yeah, make a little adjustment there. We have another question here. Let's see. It was Esther wants to know, do you do breathing exercises?
I wish I did. Thank you, Esther. You're reminding me. Yeah. Well, let me write that down on my app here, my Things apps, do breathing exercises. No, I suppose probably by walking, but I really should be doing some breathing exercises. Thank you, Esther. Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's very important for really good, effective exercise is to get control of your breath. I know I'm notorious at breathing at the wrong time. So
well, Rob, it sounds like you meditate. So do I, not as often as I should lately, but yeah, they talk about you need to do some breathing exercises. It stimulates like the pineal gland, right? Which is yeah. I'm writing it down, Esther. Breathe.
All right.
There we go. Okay, yeah.
Scott asks, do you think your exercise has kept you in good enough shape to change a flat tire or get yourself unstuck if your rig got stuck?
Ooh, unstuck, probably no. But to change a tire, yes. But unstuck, isn't that gonna take one of those ratchet things to put around if I was carrying that? And I would probably call AAA on that one, or I'd say, hey, has anybody got a strap they can pull me out? No, probably not. Not to get unstuck, no.
Yeah, I'm going to say, keeping in shape helps you because there might be a time when, yes, you have to pull out your little shovel and shovel some dirt in an awkward position. And, the better shape that you're in to do that is going to make that job a little less difficult.
I'm going to say it right here. I don't go places that I might get stuck. I don't really go there. A lot of people go in these back roads. I loves me minivan, and I want it to last a long time. So I don't take it places that, this is 2006. I don't take it places that might stress it out. That, but you didn't ask that if I could. I guess I could shovel myself out, but yeah.
Yep. We've talked about that. You don't want to go too far into the desert or into the woods, but you can't walk yourself back to the main highway if you can. So
exactly.
Important. Let's see. We have a statement here from Ann. She goes, "I love your suggestion about using the play equipment at the park. Thank you."
Yes.
And
Well,
Bambi
here,
says, thank you so much for your presentation. I need all the suggestions I can get.
thank you. I know when I was in Tucson, I have children still there. So I kind of headed down there when COVID started last year. And before they closed all the play equipment, nobody was taking, of course, I don't have a house I can just stay into, but I was at the park. I was one of the only few people there. Everybody was staying in, and I was looking around going, oh, these are some cool play equipment. And I started getting my exercise on it because they closed the gyms at that point. So I was really checking out to see what was going on with all the play equipment. And I kind of got addicted to some of them. There's a lot of things you can do in a play equipment. Yeah.
Oh, no doubt about that. I know
Yeah.
they have parks where they have basically little circuits of different things to do exercises on. I know
Right.
that's very popular.
But in Tucson, it wasn't long after that they put caution tape around even that. You couldn't use anything. It was like, yeah. So
Yeah.
then I got more creative. We all got more creative. So
Very good. Let's see. Scott says being in shape really helps nomads for some of the challenges we have that sticks and bricks people do not have. So
hey,
thank you for answering his question.
you're welcome. I'm happy to do it. This has been fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is good. We got about 3 minutes left before we go into the portion of the just chatting area.
Right.
Max says breathing exercises right now with COVID have been suggested in order to keep your lungs clear.
Yeah. Well, I will
Okay.
do it. I got it on my app. I use things, by the way, because I'm iPhone. It's only on iPhone. If you have an iPhone and you use iOS, Things, it's called THINGS. It's the most awesome app for it's easy to use. And I've got any idea I got, it goes in there. So that way I have my brain ready to use for other things. I don't have to remember everything. Yeah. So, yeah.
Very good. A question from Sheila wants to know, does the weather affect your exercise schedule, or do you just exercise right on through the weather?
Yeah, it does. Um, Out here in Quartzsite, as you know, we got a wind problem. Yeah, oh yeah. Actually, if you've seen my videos, what I devised is I had a shemagh. It's those military tie, and you can it's like, what the Muslims wear, and then you can pull it across. I got that out because there's so much wind, so I could save, so I didn't get sandblasted all over my face. And so we really have bad winds, and if I want to go out and walk in the morning, the wind is going, I will put that on and I'll walk. But doing my stretching, yeah, I got to go inside. Otherwise, and then of course, if it's too cold, you don't want to stretch outside. You got to wait for it to warm up, or yeah. So
Yeah.
it does. Yeah. Weather always does, because we don't have an exercise room in our house. So.
Yep, you have to learn to do things. I do a lot of isometrics too, where you just basically push your hands against each other. So
Right.
those work
Exactly.
those work really well in the inside. We got less than a minute, so do you have any final thoughts or any final words of wisdom to get us
Yeah.
all out there motivated and exercising?
Well, yeah. Be authentic. Have audacity. Let's be who we are. And I know we're more mature, so some of us are, but some of us are still, just be who you are. Have the audacity to do it. Don't worry about people, don't care what you're doing. They're more worried about what's going on inside their own little self-talk. Be who you are. Yeah.
Excellent advice.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent advice. Thank you very much, Lee. Your presentation's been wonderful. Remember, she has a YouTube channel called Minivan Lee, so we encourage you to go over there. And also her podcast of This Nomad Life on all forums that actually hold podcasts.
It's on Apple and Spotify and Downcast and Google Podcasts. Any podcast platform, it's on. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. So we will end our presentation at this time. Thank you all for coming, and Lee will come over to the chat and say a few words over there to answer any other additional questions. I think we're all done, so we can turn off our videos and say goodbye. Enjoy your day, everyone.